Hey, this is Marcus Washington with another episode of Mornings with Mook. We're going to start off with Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia really got boxing fans and casual fans because he does have a lot of appeal outside of boxing. But they got fans really riled up when he beat Devin Haney, and the way he beat Devin Haney, all the lead up to the fight, with these guys having history with each other, and it looked like it was the fight that's going to put Ryan Garcia really right back into the conversation of having a mega fight. And then the drug test came back. His first sample, he failed. And then yesterday was reported by Dan Raphael that the B sample has also come up as a positive, which would also be a failure, which would undo everything that Garcia accomplished with that win over Devin Haney. Now, look, he talked about they did an independent test. That was a hair sample, which is not admissible if you look at the rules and how the boxing commissions accept third-party, independent, without their guidelines, test results. You'll see that they don't. So now Ryan Garcia is looking at a suspension, some sort of fine. Who knows how long it will be, but certainly kind of a stain on what looked like a big accomplishment when he got the win over Devin Haney. The sports betting era is here, fast and furious. Now, most of the networks that carry some sort of sports programming have betting shows. You can find them on the radio. They have betting shows and everything else. Has anyone ever vetted these people to see what makes them qualified to be a handicapper? I find it interesting that some of these shows, the people are so super duper young. What is the qualifications that you would take your hard-earned money and bet based on their advice? Is it any different than talking to your friend about gambling? Is it any different than all the people who put on their signature that they're a basketball trainer, and you don't know what's the qualifications of them being a basketball trainer? What is making the qualification on so many of these people who are on these betting and wagering shows to be respected, credible handicappers? And in something that is so dangerous, just sticking someone on a show simply because of how young they are or how they look, or they fit a particular brand, is just dangerous. Now, it's equally dangerous that you're listening to these people and you're betting your money on them, but it's just dangerous, and it's it's very misleading. So I think that we need to take a look at who we're putting on TV to determine, what game you should bet on and who you should bet on. Does anyone even take a look at their percentages? Do you watch enough? Do they publish them? Do they make them public? It's just a whole bunch of questions that need to be answered on how we're doing this whole sports gambling thing. So in the NFL, we all do know that it's hard to win without a quarterback. You have to have a competent quarterback, especially if you're a first-time head coach, right? You want to be able to get off on a good foot. You finally got the job of your dreams, and, you want to have a chance. I only bring this up because Antonio Pierce is deciding between Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew, and his first head coaching job, playing in a division that has, Justin Herbert and Pat Mahomes. And so are the Raiders really giving Antonio Pierce a chance to be successful with this organization? And time will tell, but when you have Minshew and you have O'Connell, you're looking at addressing the quarterback position sometime in the near future, maybe next year in the draft. I know this year in the draft, so many quarterbacks was taken early before the Raiders. A couple were surprising that the Raiders didn't get a chance to take a quarterback. But sooner rather than later, they're going to have to address that position. And I know you're supposed to back up your quarterback, and they're going to tell you how much Aiden O'Connell has improved, so on and so forth. Gardner Minshew and what he has done as being a backup in this league. But the truth of the matter is Antonio Pierce will have no chance unless the Raiders address the quarterback position. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Mornings with Mook.